What's up, YouTubers? Hello, Friday. You know what that means. The last of the dividends have dropped in for the weekly high-risk portfolio. We're going to take a look at our progress. This week, we started off with initial investment of $12,086. We pulled in $91 and some change, giving a distribution rate average for my portfolio at 39%. Not too bad. Top performers for the week: ULTY came in at 81% distribution, PLTW 68% distribution, and YieldMax 67% distribution. The overall value of the portfolio is down 30%. Ooh, that's painful. Effing painful. These tariff wars, corporate greed, Wall Street crushing the stock market. I'm calling it fire sale. We'll see. It's a long game. All right, check it out. QQQY, they came in at 38% distribution, giving us $4.50. Next one up, QDTY, or excuse me, TE, they came in at 35% distribution, giving us $1.75. QDTY, they came in at 43% distribution, adding 67 cents to the snowball. WDTE, they came in at 30% distribution, giving us $3 and a dime. XDTE, they came in at 31% distribution, giving us $1.75. SDTY, they came in at 38% distribution, add another 62 cents to the portfolio. IWMY came in at 51% distribution, giving us $6 and over 3/4. RDTE, this one came in at 40% distribution, adding $2 to the snowball. RDTY, this one came in at 56% distribution, almost a $0.50 added this morning. YBTC, this one came in at, whoa, our lowest performer, 28% distribution. Oh, giving us $1.90. I think that's the worst we've ever seen it. YieldMax came in at 67% distribution, giving us $4 and 2 dimes. YMAG, they came in at 35% distribution, giving us almost $2.50. Let's effing go. They came in at 65% distribution, adding $7 to the snowball. GPTY, they came in at 38% distribution, giving us almost $1.50 for the portfolio. What else? NVW, they came in at 29% distribution, giving us almost $1. TSW came in at 47% distribution, almost $1 added. AAPW, they came in at 33% distribution, giving us $0.25. COIW, 56% distribution, giving us almost 4 dimes. PLTW, the only one surviving the tariff wars. This one came in at 68% distribution, giving us almost $3. Last and my least favorite, ULTY. This one came in at 81% distribution, top performer for the distribution rates, giving us $47. My math is off. 55 cents is what I got. We'll have to take a look at that. So almost the $100 eludes us again. One day we're going to crack that $100 week mark. All right, let's take a look. So with the snowball, the money we bought a couple shares of AAPW this morning, one more share of QQQY. Don't ask me why. I'm trying to build up the Roundhill weeklies because they pay beginning of the week. That way they can buy one that pays during the end of the week. Looking at the big picture, week 18 in the books. Like I said, our lowest performer, first time ever, Roundhill, Bitcoin, YBTC. That's interesting. Bitcoin went up this week. It's trying to get back up to that 100K mark. ULTY, top performer again. But check this out. The Nasdaq 100. YieldMax. YieldMax. QDTY. They finally dethroned Defiance. Defiance has been crushing Roundhill and YieldMax in all three categories for over a month. And why YieldMax dethroned them for the Nasdaq 100. They beat them out for the S&P 500 was SDTY, and they crushed the competition for the Russell 2000 with their RDTE. Good job, YieldMax. Way to pull through this week. Net assets, beginning of the month. We always take a look at the net assets to see if people are still investing in these tickers or if they're pulling out. Excuse me. Got a bit of a cold. So QQQY, they've increased 5 million since last month. QDTE, they decreased. They lost 10 million in net assets. QDTY, they dropped down about 500,000 in net assets. WDTE, they decreased 2 million. XDTE, they decreased about almost 30 million. SDTY, they went up. They added 1 million to their net assets. IWMY, they lost 1 million of their net assets. RDTE, they've lost over 20 million in net assets. On our lowest interest, least popular, we should say, RDTY. They dropped almost half of their net assets. This is not very popular and not very good. This one might disappear if it keeps trending this way. YBTC, our lowest performer of the week, but their net assets have grown over 30 million. Our biggest ticker, YieldMax, they went up 11 million in net assets. YMAG increased 5 million in net assets. Let's effing go. They went up, 16 million in net assets. Very good. GPTY, they lost 2 million, about 2 million in net assets. NVW's growing. They went up over 1 million. TSW, big jump. They doubled their net assets. That's outstanding. AAPW, they lost 0.2 million in net assets. COIW, huge jump. They over doubled. Nice jump right there for net assets. PLTW tripled from last month. They tripled. They went from 5 million to 14, almost 15 million in net assets. This one's growing. The only one surviving the tariff wars. And my least favorite, ULTY, have lost so much value with this one. But it has picked back up. It was losing. People were losing interest, and it's got back up. Maybe them shifting to the weekly is helping gain interest and more people investing into this one. This one went up 15 million. Let's take a look. Another weekly is hitting this market. Defiance. They broke out MST. This is looking at the MSTR. MSTR's gain in popularity. They missed their quarterly, yet the ticker went up in value this morning. But this one, Defiance, it's another weekly. MST, focusing on MSTR. Whether or not that can do good or not. MicroStrategy. It's not MicroStrategy no more. It's just strategy. So they probably should fix that. This one's interesting. I would buy it, but it pays on Fridays. So I have plenty of Friday paying tickers. But this one will be interesting to watch as long as strategy does good with their MSTR, and it's basically dependent on Bitcoin. This one might be a decent one for someone to add to their portfolio. I probably won't. I already have 20 tickers, and I'm looking to add that other ticker from Roundhill next week maybe, because it pays on a Monday. So we'll see. That's all I got. We'll check you out next week.